And this is the start of the next episode of Boku no Podcast. I'm your host, Nick, here in the studio with...
Ben.
Kenji desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
No one here speaks Japanese, dude. Stop showing off.
Some people, you come on.
Yeah, so...
There's fans out there that'll know.
I can count to 10. Struggle.
You see?
I can...
Someday he'll know what that means.
Exactly.
If you try hard enough.
I was going to say, I know how to say, do you speak English? And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't know how to say that. But no, this is
You can. If you believe it. No.
If you data bio. Whatever.
Nah, that's a common theme in most anime, though. Believing in yourself, man. I think that's why I watch it too.
No, that's the... It's the... I guess you could say the iconic... It's what builds every anime. 90% of anime has a protagonist that's determined, perseverance. I mean, they're a fucking loser.
It'd be hard to
but
make.
They have a heart of a lion. You know.
It'd be hard to make a show about a person who gives up often, all the time. Kaiji's a good one of those. And
where they give up all the time.
It's about a guy that's given up on most things, yes, and that's what makes it fun. And if you haven't gleaned yet. This is an anime podcast. We're going to talk to y'all about whatever the hell we've been watching. Have you guys seen Kaiji?
No. And I'm going to watch it now because the way you just described it.
He's a scumbag, dude. He's a fucking piece of trash. He doesn't deserve anything. We'll talk about that on a future episode. But for this episode, we're going to talk about, we're going to open with what the fuck we've been watching currently.
Oh, what is that?
Kenji, you've been watching
Kill a Kill.
Kill a Kill.
Kill a Kill, yes, sir.
Yeah, 2014
yes,
called.
Sir. I'm on episode 17. I'm right at the part where fucking Senketsu and Ryuko is like, oh, I'm not gonna, like, don't talk to me. Like, they just had that big battle where they mutated, you know? Her blood got too hot, and they, like, mutated together. And then she was fighting Nue. Oh, man. That battle in Nue.
I don't remember any of the names from Kill la Kill.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they are hard to catch.
I would almost say with the exception of Kamina from Gurren Lagann, I don't remember any Studio Trigger characters.
But you remember I bet you remember all the ass, though.
Oh, I remember all the feelings.
All the badge.
All them pussy lips.
All the pussy.
Lots of labia majorum.
There's a lot of crevices in this show, folks.
But you know, it holds your attention. It helps. Shit, you're like, oh, shit. You know, you saying that, and it's like, oh, it's a good story.
It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel like a loser.
It's hard for me to watch anime if I'm not horny. It's like a real problem.
What?
Yeah, sometimes I got to do like a picture-in-picture. Just so that I can, like, make it to the end of a season.
Wait, what?
You gotta put a little porno in the corner of the screen when you're watching your Sword Art Online Alicization process.
Why?
Because I need this. This is how I have a viewing experience.
Nah, but back to Kill la Kill, man, because we get totally off track. That was, like, probably, like,
I did get a couple of half chubs seeing this show.
It's like, a horny anime,
dude.
But it does have a good story though. Because
that's a show for
her
frustrated
trying to find
dudes.
out who killed her dad. You know, is a good driving force for a good show. I'm guessing.
But then you get the whoosh and the fucking boob slap. There's like specific scenes where like the battle, like all the battle scenes, if like, you know, if it intensifies, there's a big explosion, they'll like just immediately show what her tits are doing. They'll just immediately show what her cleavage is doing when like something explodes, or like if she's flying through the air. They make sure you see that friction going on there.
Listen, bro, it was what, 2015, 2014? It was a different time. It was.
Oh, shut up! 2015, 20 is a different time.
Yeah, things were different.
Wasn't that
free the
long
nipple,
ago.
bro?
That was like
that's still.
We were freedom fighters.
That was like when the women were really like, oh shit, hot girl.
Hey, into the mic.
Hot girl. That's like when it started.
Hey, into the mic.
Oh my bad. Yeah, that's like when it started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that shit.
It is very empowering. If I was a woman.
I watched Kill la Kill with one of my girlfriends at the time, and she was really into it.
What were you watching with the other girlfriend?
My girlfriend. My girlfriend is into it. She's watching it now. She's like, this is my favorite anime. She said she wants to cosplay her. And I'm like, all right, go ahead. And
Be my guest.
You want to just put a thong on and walk around weird dudes who
She better get it all metallicized and shit.
She gotta have big ass shoulder spikes,
Yeah,
dude.
she has that real leather, you know.
She gotta like really come with it if she gonna cosplay that, because
Is she gonna dye her hair and everything?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Red
somebody
and black hair.
already done it. Shout out to that girl. I seen her Instagram. I forgot her name.
What is funny is you get that moment in Kill la Kill where it's like where someone like earnestly says something like clothing and people aren't that different if you think about it. And you're like, what the fuck are you saying, dude?
The life fibers.
Clothing, yeah.
They're made
like,
of
clothing. Clothing is man's first sin. That's from the show.
Yeah, there's like there's a fucking
an
weird
army.
philosophy.
Yeah, there's like an army
alien
of like Eric
clothes.
Griffins just in this room with sunglasses, and it's just like this dude, this like Nazi-looking dude, like telling a speech about how clothing is a sin and it's bad, and it's like,
But
This
just
man was wrong to want to wear clothing.
yeah,
just the idea of alien clothing, though, is like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?
it's alien clothing.
Alien clothing. Life fibers. The life fibers were aliens, weren't they? It was like from outer space or some shit.
I don't know if he's there yet.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god damn it.
I didn't know that.
I don't remember if that's what happened though. I genuinely don't fucking. I watched Kill la Kill twice.
I feel like it's so colorful that like it just doesn't.
you got to a point where it was
It goes
just people
100 miles per minute. That show.
It was just people flying around the screen,
Yeah,
swinging
yeah.
half scissors,
Episode 1.
and like just cutting stuff apart. And I was like, okay, like
Cutting people's clothes off.
a girl turned into a jet, and I was like, yeah, sure. Who cares?
The perverted ass
She
teacher.
evolved. That's what they said. They're
Mega
like,
evolution on that hoe.
The perverted ass teacher that's really a secret agent and just he's perverted.
They make the pets perverted in this.
Yeah.
Everyone's horny, dude. It's
Little
like Studio
brother,
Trigger. Is that
Mom,
Shinji?
dad.
Is that Shinji?
Well, the mom was more calm.
Yeah.
She was like,
She was just a stereotypical fucking mom though. She just stayed home and cooked, and the dad didn't do shit. It was a weird system. The idea that like your child's education would determine your placement in the caste system the caste system that they have in this society.
Your kid needs to be smart as fuck, or you're gonna be naked.
Yeah, it's like if your kid's not on the honor roll, guess you're living in the slums, kid. Like.
So you're enjoying it so far? You're enjoying
good.
seeing people getting whipped until their dicks come out?
Yeah,
it's fucking fun.
There's no
man.
dicks. Nobody has a dick in this universe.
People get their clothing whipped off
yeah,
their
but
back.
you don't see their dick though.
You see something like a dick.
No, you don't. You see a smooth surface.
It's like a dick.
No, you see smooth surface. I just watched this. It's smooth surface.
I pause and I draw a little dick on.
Okay, that's not my viewing experience.
It could
that's
be.
your view.
I'm good.
I'm trying to help.
You're weird, bro.
I'm finna go do my
I'm
model kit.
fine.
I gotta go.
I gotta go draw little dicks.
I
on the
got
screen.
shit to do.
The people listening to this are like pulling their cars over to draw little dicks on their screen.
It's funny because in Dragon Ball they draw dicks and that. Remember when Gohan's flying through the air
Yeah.
and his dick is flapping everywhere? They drew. I
remember.
They drew Gohan's little 4-year-old dick flapping through the sky.
Oh, I remember him turning around and being like, Pyre Dragon! And he's just got his little fucking dicky putty, his little putty dicky out.
And Piccolo's washing him.
He's like peeing on one of the guys' heads in Dead Zone.
Oh yeah.
And you see his little
But I don't
his little
understand
putty
censorship.
dicky
Though.
makes a return.
You see Goku's dick in father of Goku.
And you see Bardock's dick, and dad dicks are huge. Like,
We're talking about dicks on this show.
Shit, Joe, it totally low.
because your eyes are smaller, is what you don't get. So when you're a kid, when Goku saw Bardock's dong coming out of the shower, like he was just walking over to put some pants on, And Goku was like, "Whoa!" It happened, dude. It's the secret tapes.
Man.
It's the other history of Trunks.
Oh God, no! I don't think. No.
What does Frieza's dick look like?
Frieza.
They don't have dicks, right? Those guys don't have dicks.
No, I don't have a dick, you puny Saiyan.
Nah, how
I
did
don't have a dick.
how do the Namekians? How do the
They
Namekians?
cut it out.
How do they multiply? They like multiply or some shit.
Yeah, they
right?
heal.
Kakarot, show me your dick.
No, they lay eggs out.
Curse
of it.
you, Kakarot.
It's some crazy. Ain't no women on planet Namek. Like the Namekians, they
Yeah, there's no.
They're all gay.
Yeah, they're all gay. Yeah, Namekians are the gayest race in the.
Krillin is like, "Where are the women here?" And Nail is like, "We all blow each other here."
We all suck on each other's antennas.
And this is what was his name? The like
Dende?
master. The like
Kami?
10,000-pound Namekian.
Guru or some shit.
Master Guru?
Yeah, I think.
And Nail's like, and I suck his dick. And it's my responsibility to the planet. I suck the fattest Namekian dick.
Like, no.
Nail, get it. Nail. And Dende's just like, Master Guru, should I film this one?
Should I wish the Dragon
I don't
Balls?
know, but
Oh, leave Dende, leave me with Nail.
it seemed like a lot of anime has some homoerotic undertones. Like,
Yeah, like Ginyu Force.
Ginyu, what?
yeah,
Force is gay as hell.
What's gay about Ginyu Force?
fucking cheerleaders.
fucking have
They were
roses
Frieza's
coming out.
cheerleaders. Like,
Yeah.
There's nothing gay about that. That's fun, dude.
Dude, what about Jace? What about Jace fucking like going like, oh, and he's like holding out a rose and shit, or sticking out their asses.
You didn't do stuff like that when you were
What's his
growing
name?
up?
Zarbon, he was a
This is
whole
like the fourth
fucking.
moment we had. Oh, God
Zarbon
damn it.
was a whole fucking cross dresser.
Maybe that guy who dangled the pearl from his head,
Oh,
Yeah.
Zarbon or
Zarbon.
Yeah, he was a cross dresser.
He was. I mean, he was super effeminate, but even
Hey,
he.
Vegeta.
Hello, Vegeta.
He's like, you're no problem. He's just like,
You
You'll
didn't even
never-
ask me about my perfume, Vegeta.
you're no match for Frieza anyways. Your fight is with me now, Vegeta. He's like, you'll never get to the Dragon Balls in time.
Midori is just like, Zarbon never wants to fuck my ass.
It's like, forgive me, Frieza. He's like,
Eat laser.
he's like, I thought he was dead.
Frieza's like,
He's like, I'll finish the job, and he's like, halt. He's
I
like,
make
I'll
them
have
touch
Zarbon
each
do the
other.
job, and then like, you know.
I don't know, I do enjoy the idea that Dodoria wanted nothing more than for Zarbon to just make love to him. Because Dodoria appreciated Zarbon for his monster
Yeah,
form.
but
he was like
Dodoria's
Shrek
gross.
2. Zarbon would transform and Dodoria would be like, I think that this is your most beautiful form. And Zarbon would snap back and be like, no, get your hands off me. And just like run out of the room with tears in his eyes because he didn't want to accept.
Why would you put him? in
Couldn't
friend
accept Dodoria's love because it would make him everything that he didn't want to be.
Yeah, there's not a woman on that ship, I don't think.
No.
Right? Yeah, they're literally just
You know
they're
they-
weird alien creatures. In there.
Everyone will be gay. You monkeys.
Touch each other. Yes, touch each other.
You Saiyans will all be gay.
Killed the last woman
Yes,
saying.
that pleases me. Come here to your Lord.
After Frieza blew up Planet Vegeta with all the women on it, he was like, they will have no choice but to make love to me. Once I've destroyed all their women.
You know Frieza fucked Vegeta. That's why Vegeta hates him so.
Who knows what went on behind the scenes?
He saw.
How will you get to Dragon Ball?
I don't
You
know.
guys, I don't know. You guys started
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
kill
it.
it, kill with its fucking.
It's kill la kill.
Is it?
You're like
you
trying
say
to make-
kill a kill.
You're trying to
think
make
kill
the
is
L's
love.
into Y's like this is Spanish.
I mean,
Kill a Kill.
what is it in Japanese? Is that it? In
Kitty a Kill? I don't know.
Kill a kill.
This show, as tropey as it is, doesn't say the title of the show.
It has an action sequence for everything else, like a name drop.
but it doesn't have. They don't say the title of the show.
You have been hit by my Zangetsu Eternal Scissor Cut. Yeah, but
Or here is my Regalia Orchestra attack. It's like a bunch of trumpets coming out. You know.
my infinite cherry blossom typhlosion.
It's
He got
very
his ass
reminiscent
whooped,
of Fully Cooley, like the art style, and it's based on
It might be the same guys.
might be it looks very like the color palette looks very similar to Fully Cooley. Fully Cooley though it's like not fully drawn, versus like Kill is like it's completely drawn. The whole frame is drawn.
Would y'all recommend anyone who hasn't seen it to watch it?
We gotta wait for.
I mean, I like it so far.
You gotta finish it before we can make that.
Oh, is there like a shitty, controversial thing that happens at the end?
Maybe.
Yeah, this shit
You gotta
get
figure
wild.
that out on your own. We're not here.
We
are here to figure that out. For you.
Fucking out.
plot twist of the year. Just know that.
Try to
plot
fucking
twist is coming.
Little bro me just now.
You know it's coming.
Don't
Plot
tell
twist.
people about twists coming, man. That's a spoiler.
No, it's not.
Yes, okay. Yes, it is. Telling people there's a twist is a spoiler.
You're making me piece together the puzzles, man. Like slowly but surely.
I mean, not really, because you don't know.
Yeah, they do because you just told them it's coming.
You told me a lot of things so far.
Oh my God, are y'all gonna jump me, man? I gotta go in the hood too. I
The
gotta.
day I'll jump someone for spoiling an anime for me, we'll do it. That'll do it.
Hey, kid just got body slammed for not taking off his hat.
That's the day you go, Sean, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy, dude.
Like, did you just really punch me in the face, man?
But yeah, so we'll come back to Kill la Kill when you finish that shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I gotta actually not watch any other shows then, other than the ones I'm already watching.
Jump back and forth from.
Yo, but
There's a lot, man.
dude, there's a lot of fucking shows. There's a lot of anime out there. More than anyone deserves right now.
It's kind of like a gold rush.
Gold.
Because there's good shit coming out.
I don't think it's gonna end.
You think it's just gonna be forever good content just coming out from some fuck studio in the
Hey.
butt fuck end of Japan, just
Yeah,
cranking good shit out.
Listen, California pops out rom-coms more than any other. If California were a country, it'd be a country that exports rom-coms.
Well, Nick, I really wish anime were like rom-coms, but quite frankly, they're not.
I'm just saying, it's gonna become a. Iceland has become a country wrapped around the game EVE Online. I think it's.
Why are you talking about EVE Online on this show?
No, I'm saying I think it's conceivable that anime for Japan might become like such a big thing that
I thought it was already a big thing.
it's gonna be bigger, dude. It's still just a nerd ass thing, sort of.
Fuck no! I know
Rappers-
hood
rappers
niggas.
are like
Folks locked up in
fucking
prison,
I'm talking about in Japan.
Oh, in Japan, yeah, a little bit.
and they didn't stop.
Everybody's into. You could take your girl out to see an anime.
I
Everybody's into.
heard the man over there ain't fucking how they supposed to be, and it's like, wow.
Oh yeah.
It's because they're watching too much good ass anime. That's the problem.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Shut up, dude.
The women ain't that.
When you've got
American women loose, I guess,
When you
compared
got
to
things
Japanese
like,
women.
It's just like the government over there is catered to like old people. That's why it's weird.
It's too complicated to get into on this show.
yeah, okay. It's like, but it all go hand in hand. Maybe they are like watching too much anime. And
Too
shit.
much good ass anime. Another
Ain't no
good ass
telling.
anime out there is.
I don't know. There's like a whole video game over there. It's like they're dating this virtual girl, and folks
There's
really
one game like that over
shit
there?
There's
theirself.
a bunch.
That's what
You heard there
But I
was
was
one game like that?
I'm talking
Go
about
to the
particular
cyber.
one.
They have cyber cafes.
They have the cyber and they put it in a cafe.
Yeah, literally, and you could smoke cigarettes in there.
I think Japan, they just need more Americans over there. That's it. Like the whole fucking country down there. Like, let's just go over there. Just hang
No,
out.
get the fuck out of my country.
No, we gonna come party,
fucking
man.
weirdos.
We gonna turn
Trying
up.
to assimilate my DNA here, dude.
I know,
Like-
I know. We had some problems in the past, but let's bite.
I don't care about those problems, bro.
That wasn't even us. Hey,
into the mic.
like, yeah, like, come talk to us. Like, look, man, that wasn't even us. Look, we had no say in that. You know, these old white guys just starting wars, man. That's how I feel sometimes. Like, we need to come together more, I feel like. But like you said, anime is going to be big. I'm just talking my bad.
It's blown the fuck out of proportion. 2 years ago, it wasn't that popular.
Dude, now, this has been going on for like 2 decades now. 3 decades, honestly.
Yeah, but...
Speaking of an anime that's been going on for 3 decades, we're talking about Grappler Baki. Grappler Baki, an anime that apparently most people aren't aware of the depth, the breadth, the history of Grappler Baki.
Oh my god, because
you watched the Netflix.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. I touched up a little bit on the old stuff.
Well, to let you guys know, Grappler Baki, I'm not sure when the manga began, but I would assume the manga had to have started in the 90s at the latest, maybe the 80s. Let me get these numbers, because you know what?
Let's get these numbers.
Well, I'm a fancy pants dude.
Let's get these numbers, folks.
I feel like we're on a Joe Rogan experience.
That's how they talk.
We need a
They
guy.
don't talk like that.
You need a guy who just pulls shit up on a computer.
Oh, Jamie. Yeah, we need a Jamie.
Okay, yeah, so it ran from 91 to 99. It is, by definition, a 90s manga.
Yeah. That's why I didn't see
Mangas.
this.
Mangoes.
I was born in 91. That's why I ain't fucking see that shit, man.
Oh, dude, I was born in 91 and I saw that shit.
You probably had people around you that was like, hey, look at this shit.
I had a guy.
No, he did blood transfusions. It's weird.
So,
What?
Baki ran when I was a kid. I watched the Grappler Baki movie that was made, I guess, in '99. I saw it on one of those channels in between HBO and Stars.
Sounds right.
You know,
Sounds right.
when there used to be like 20 channels in between HBO and Star, like Encore and shit.
So it came on there. How did I miss this?
You had to fumble with the TV and flip past the porn.
Let me think, man. Was I on punishment or some shit?
Yeah, dude.
Now I'm going back into the recesses of my childhood.
Were you with Time Warner? Were you with
I was
with
with
Dish?
Crime Warner.
I was with Dish.
Fuck. How did I miss this?
So Baki though, it's old as dirt, dude.
I'm mad.
It's 30 years old like us, man.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I could have grew up with this, but
What did you
instead
like about
I didn't. The fighting, because I was one of them kids who got picked on a lot, like back in school, so I had to learn how to fight. It was like, shit, these folks gonna keep fucking with me. And, just saying it's like, oh, shit, this shit kind of remind me how he fighting. Like, you got to really go in where I'm from.
I had tons of kids that were biting through wood and just, like, breaking out of jail cells and climbing missile silos.
Shooting each other's cheeks out. Like,
I shot a
throwing
kid.
grenades in our mouths.
Dude, I had a kid put bullets in another kid's mouth and then punch him so hard that they burst.
Where?
That's just life,
That'd be
bro.
a badass dude. Imagine like kids on the playground, like you just see a kid about to punch some kid, and the kid like opens his mouth, and there's a grenade inside his mouth, and he just pulls it.
Oh!
And it's like, oh,
Not even
just like 4-year-olds.
But that's what I be fighting like that. Not even like that. Just the brutality of it. Like I would beat a nigga to
And
sleep.
you hear the
like
Baki
that.
soundtrack, like,
Like, somebody finna get beat to sleep. And it's like that
Dude.
shit. It get your heart racing. Like fuck, somebody finna get their ass beat to sleep.
No, because like every move, every fight thing, like every fucking move that happens in Baki is like something to somebody happens where it's like permanent. Like they're that's staying.
The
forever,
next time you
dude.
see him, they got like an eye patch on or some shit.
Yeah, or they have no skin.
They had to go get a whole new arm or some shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, one guy gets his hand cut off, but when it happens, I was like,
there's like 3 characters that survive like being on fire, being set on fire, like in an explosion. There's like 5 characters that survive that shit.
one guy gets his hand cut off, and he's like good. And he punches the guy who cuts his hand off in the face.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? This is... I'm having fun.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how so many people fight dirty on that. Like,
Well, that's the point of it. Like, okay, so each season... The first season is about Baki kind of being the most badass high schooler. Where it's like, whoa, that high schooler's a badass.
He can beat everybody.
He can beat up everyone. And then he meets Kaoru, that Yakuza kid who's always dressed in white.
yeah.
Who's like, I'm 16. He's like 7'9". But he's like, I'm a 16-year-old Yakuza crime boss. And it's about Baki. Like, there's actually an arc of him like going to the gym, seeing one of the world's best boxers, seeing the boxer get beaten up by a street fighter. And then Baki has this moment when he realizes that not everything that they teach in business school is what you need to get ahead in the ring. Yeah. He's all like, oh shit, I've just been learning all this like basic bitch regular fighting. And that guy's fighting dirty. That guy's fighting by being just wicked strong, dude. And so he goes to fight him, turns into Baki fighting a gorilla. And he's like, oh shit, this gorilla's not going to come at me with like any style. It's a gorilla. It's just coming at me, dude. But I got to learn how to fight it. I got to learn how to fight things.
Is this the English dub? This what Baki sounds like?
You know what's funny is the dub that I got, or the subs that I got of Baki, this was back in the day. But whenever
they probably were garbage, weren't they?
I have a post, I took a screenshot somewhere in my Facebook timeline of him saying, "This must be brain coffee," when he's talking about when you get endorphins in your brain.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Baki's got one of the greatest sequences ever where he's doing push-ups. He's like really rapidly doing push-ups and he's like, I feel great. I feel awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel endorphins. Yeah, yeah. But in my dub, he was just like, give me that brain coffee.
Yeah. That's horrible. Mm-hmm. That's garbage.
This must be brain coffee.
Yeah, some dubs aren't good. A lot aren't good.
Yeah, he's got to learn to fight gorillas. He's got to learn to fight criminals. He's got to learn to fight people that don't fight fair. He's got to learn to fight with the environment. There's a pretty like logical progression to Baki, really, over the years, because you can't get to him shooting lasers and shit, and you can't get to like. It does a good job of bringing back old people and like kind of showing you where the power field is, you know, where it's like. This guy, how strong was this guy if this guy is this strong? And then it's like, well, here's an old guy from season 1 and we'll have him fight someone from season 3. I'll put it all into fucking perspective, dude.
These folks ain't playing. That's all I say.
Because season 3 is the big comeback, though. It's like the big, like, you know, that's where they changed the art style of it and everything. Because it looks like a totally different fucking, like, anime.
I mean, I don't know. I only seen season 3, so I can't even make the comparison to the old ones. Yeah.
You get Biscuit Oliva.
Like, the old Baki had, like, a buzz cut. He looked like a ginger. Like, just, like, he literally looked like a Japanese ginger.
Yeah.
And then, like, in season 3, he's, like, this, like, boy band.
He starts to look like Yujiro each season more and more.
Yeah, Yujiro
okay.
His dad or whatever.
Yeah.
With the demon back.
Man. Oh, yeah, the Oni back.
Even him.
Second only to Yukina in Cabaneri as the sexiest back in anime.
Oh, my God. That's an ugly back. Are you kidding me?
Who?
From Gavaneri?
Yukina?
Yukina.
The train operator girl?
Oh.
With the pink hair?
Yeah.
That scene where she's like, full steam ahead! Oh! And you see her, it's the best back muscles in all of anime.
No.
Wow.
No.
So you want Yujiro to wrap his arms around you and put his tongue in your mouth and his leathery weightlifting tongue.
It's worse, dude. There's better backs, man.
Who's got a better back?
I don't know. Fucking Ippo. He has a fucking rocking back, man. Every Japanese ripped character has an unrealistic body proportion.
Yeah, but Yujiro's back, I could call Yujiro's back out of a police lineup.
Yujiro.
You could show me like 30 backs, and I'd be like, that's Yujiro Hanma right
He
there.
has like a 50 pack. You see his body, dude?
His back is a face. His
got-
back is a front.
He got that like Heihachi vibe slash motherfucker from Street Fighter. Fuck, what's his name?
You know Street Fighter characters better than I do, man.
You know who I'm talking about. Evil, red hair, brown skin.
Blanca?
Oh yeah.
No, not Blanca.
He's green.
Just on the tip of my tongue, I'm trying to think. Oh my god, what was it?
Red hair?
Yeah, red hair, dark skin. You don't remember him? He has like a purple aura to him and shit. Was that Street Fighter?
Yeah.
That was Street Fighter, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was some demon looking motherfucker. He had red hair.
Akuma.
Yeah. That's his name. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so stupid. Yeah.
You guys
That's
are
who-
stupid.
That means devil in
You
Japanese.
guys forgot the name of he who mastered the Dark Hado.
I
Yeah.
didn't really watch Street Fighter. That's one of the classics that I have to watch, actually.
We'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Future episodes though.
That's crazy.
Fuck you guys.
Well, fuck you.
I can't believe you think. You still haven't given me a better. Ippo has got a better back than Yukina.
Every character in that show has got a better back than. Okay, Yujiro.
Now I gotta start looking at backs in anime so I can have something to talk about next time I see y'all. Like, hey, I seen a real nice back.
What about Jack? Okay, so is Jack Hamma's back better than Yujiro's?
No, Yujiro's got the best.
They're the same.
The best back in Baki is Yujiro, second only to, and then there's Baki's back because that's our boy's back.
Before season,
And the boys are back in
he
town.
choked out Jack Hamma with his fucking back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was like the final
yeah.
battle before
Best back.
season 3.
That's why he's best back boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
It literally shows the face. It's like, oh, his back has a face.
His back has a front, dude.
His back has a face.
Nah, but I took a lot of shit from Baki though. I learned not to underestimate people because you might get your shit sliced open.
Like surprise, just
Yeah.
ruthless.
I learned that eating steak and wine is the healthiest.
I learned to,
What was
plan
that
shit out.
character's name
early.
again?
Biscuit Oliva.
Yeah.
It's a cool show though.
He
It's
was
like
a cool character.
He's just so muscular that knives.
Who
don't
beat
work.
his ass? Somebody beat his fucking ass. I forgot.
No one beat his ass.
There's like a scene. Somebody beats his fucking ass.
No,
dude.
he goes pretty unchallenged all the way up.
Season 3, part 2. I'm pretty sure somebody beats his fucking.
He-
who we talking about?
He like
Oh, the
throws
black guy.
a punch at
Oh,
that old
big
dude.
motherfucker?
He throws a punch at that skinny old guy and he like breaks his hand or something.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Oh, the jiu-jitsu master.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. But
That short guy that has the flat top.
yeah, old.
He's like, oh, I'm so good at jiu-jitsu.
oh, I'm so good.
But it's crazy though. I was like, the big nigga finna fuck him up. Nope. Nope.
He's like, the earth is flat.
Don't vaccinate your kids.
He's like, looks fake to me.
But I liked how he was a fucking genius. He was locked up in prison, so all he did was read, learned everything.
I love the idea of a criminal that's like, yeah, I call the president and I tell him that I'll let him live another day.
Like who's gonna stop him?
We can't use guns against him. They don't work, idiot.
Like he done really learned some shit from reading. That's how he was able to even become what he was from those fucking books.
There's so many moments in Baki where it's like, we're going to shoot him with the guns that shoot like steel bearings. It was guns that were shooting something that was so abstracted from bullets that I was just confused. I was like, why would you have ball bearing launchers instead of guns?
Because it's.
Like they needed a
I don't know,
whole.
dude.
But you remember the scene I'm talking
They
about.
needed a whole fucking tank for that.
Where they're like, they're like, let's get the slingshots and shoot. Let's shoot banana peels at them, and it's like, just come on,
Get a grenade launcher.
come on.
Like,
There's no guy that could be so ripped that he could intimidate the U.S. government.
he had a nice back.
Biscuit Oliva did have a big back. He was a big back boy. He was a big back black. He had,
fatter back.
he had that BBC, that big black.
Back. That big black. black back.
That big black back, but the C,
That shit is a tongue
the
twister.
C in back is
Big back, I can't
capitalized.
say it. Big black bat.
That's good.
Big black bat.
I'm gonna name my album that.
Three
Big
Bs.
Black.
They call me 3B.
Big.
He did get his ass beat. He got his ass beat by like Dorian or some shit.
I don't think
The
he-
red-haired guy. His name is not Dorian.
Doyle?
It's Doyle. Yeah, he got his ass beat by Doyle. Like twice or some shit.
No.
Like he was in his room or something, and he like tricked him, and he got away. Like he stabbed his eyes out or some shit like that.
Nah, I think that was the other guy.
I think that was Doppo.
No, Doppo
No.
that was Dorian. Doppo got fucked over by Dorian.
I don't know, man.
Come on. Do you even know who Silvorsky is? I barely got that out of my mouth.
Sikorsky?
Is that his name? Skorsky?
Sikorsky, I think.
There's a V in that.
I think it's
bastard.
Sikorski. Sikorsky.
That's that Russian shit, ain't it?
It's that asshole, dude.
He's a dick.
He's a fucking. I hate him, dude.
It was weird how it tried to like.
That was the best scene about when Gaia went up against Starsky. Fucking like, dude, that was the best shit. That was so satisfying to just have him like cower, like, like he was traumatized in that fucking fight.
What was the guy's name? The Japanese guy, the Way of the Void guy. What was his name? I forgot his fucking name.
Oh, the poison gas dude. Yeah.
Oh, he was weak.
Yeah. When the weapons master showed up and just started fucking people up, the guy who was like the master of all those different weapons, I was sort of like, what is this? Like, what's happening? What is going on? Did I miss a chapter?
He's like wielding this weird scythe weapon that has chains on it.
He just came out of
shit.
nowhere and started shithousing people, and I was like, I remember
It was that gray long hair dude. And it's like he just came out of nowhere in a park.
We're so good on this anime. We're like forgetting the names of everything. It was fucking
Because we're watching like 50 shows at the same time.
Yeah, it's like
I can't remember all these fucking Japanese names, man.
and it's so many.
I can't remember all these ethnic shows.
Except
What the fuck do you expect from me?
except Muhammad Ali. He was probably like the most memorable character.
That was a good cameo. That was like
That was actually him doing the voice work
Really, that's great.
in Japanese. Yeah,
That's
Wow.
they managed to use his last remaining 4 brain cells to teach him some Japanese.
Muhammad Ali speak. That's a good one, man.
Oh man.
Good chat.
No, so concussions. CTE is real. People get checked, get tested.
But,
See something, say something.
but learn the
So
way of
concussed,
Ali.
he was drooling in an anime, dude. Remember they showed Muhammad Ali and he's like with gray hair and he's just drooling.
Yeah,
in
I
his
said,
mansion.
oh.
Yeah, he's just drooling, and
I
his
said-
son is like, oh, he's fucked up from fucking up all those other people.
I said, I hope the black community do not see this shit here, man. 'Cause
They
gon-
couldn't take it.
They gonna have a field
It
day
hurt
with that shit here. But I
I
said,
was like, yeah, that really is. He really is kind of like that now.
no. I said, one of those animators there is really also.
He's a
How should I
hero.
draw him? Like,
Hey, he still had his muscles though. He was still a ripped old dude. He was a ripped vegetable. He was literally a toned vegetable.
He could be in the VeggieTales porno that they're working on.
Yeah, that's fucked up, but yeah.
I gotta go now, for real. Let me get my stuff, man. It's been good. Rip vegetable. You going to hell.
It's making you that sad.
Rip vegetable. That shit was horrible. That out of everything that happened in Baki, we've been seeing folks get their eyes fucking pulled out their skulls, fucking throats slashed. Seeing Muhammad Ali slumped over drooling is like, I was like, oh my God, that's horrible.
I do remember thinking like, wow, wow, Baki, I didn't need this. This catching me off guard.
Yeah.
I said, oh,
I realized this is a boxing master, but my guard was down.
Yeah, this ain't. I wasn't aware this was a boxing show.
Oh, I didn't know I was in the ring of emotion.
I said, this man got family, and I'm pretty sure they seated. They gonna have a field fucking day with it.
Yeah, so boxing. If boxing audiences, be aware, this will make you cry.
But Ali
Possibly.
Jr., dude, he's gonna fucking.
He's not shit, right? He's just like,
They can't do that. See, that's the thing. It's Killer Bee and Naruto all over again. You can't bring a black character into your show and make him a shitty character because it's too much of a stretch. You are a racist Japanese person because you didn't need to put the black person in the show at all. And so if you do put them in and you make him a shitty character, it's like, you can't do that. So I think Muhammad Ali Jr. for next season, I think he's pretty set on. He's gonna impress us.
there's a couple shitty like black characters and
Yeah, and they're all called out for it.
yeah, like Brock from Pokemon.
Wait.
He was black.
He looks black. I don't know.
Whoa, Brock's a great character, dude. He gave us the drying pan.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Are you trying to translate your squint through the microphone? You're glad
I'm
that the
just saying,
listeners
you
heard you squinting?
Nah, you just blew my fucking mind. Like, was he black?
Yeah, sure.
Piccolo.
Why? Because he had a bunch of kids and no dad?
Piccolo is definitely black.
You racist?
Tan Japanese people are black, dude. Those are African Americans.
Well, getting on to our next thing. Y'all been watching that young Vinland Saga?
You don't know? Do you watch Vinland Saga? Because I do.
Yeah, dude, you got to get on it.
It's like, yeah, really? Is it that much? You recommended that much?
I think it's going to go places. It's good right now. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it is what the people who are making Attack on Titan are going to be working on once that show's done. It's going to be all resources, full steam ahead on Vinland Saga. And to give you an idea of what it is, it's a semi-accurate. I think it's supposed to be, for the most part, accurate. But it's
historically.
It's a historical retelling of how Iceland got populated. Iceland got populated apparently because a bunch of Norwegian warriors got caught up in a war. And then after that war, their tribes were devastated. And they were like, we can't afford another war. We can't do this again. If we fight another battle, we're all going to die. And so they packed up their shit and they left Norway. They went to Iceland. And then they settled down there. And that's why there's Vikings in Iceland.
This is an anime?
It's an
Yep,
anime.
It's an anime.
And it's trying to explain all this. Like, Leif Erikson? Hinga Binga Bergen?
Yeah. Basically, that's what it is. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, he's a character.
Another reason I love the Japanese when they touch other people's culture. Wait a minute. Japanese telling a story about Norwegian Iceland. Wait, hold on.
It's a story of how Iceland got populated by Norwegians that were fleeing war.
Yeah, so it's a show about Vikings and shit. It's pretty cool.
Created by the Japanese. Y'all never see.
We always create. I mean, come on. Like we always draw like
y'all
always
leaders
draw,
of the new school, man.
style shows and shit. Like
Tons of things are retelling.
But one thing I noticed that like Japanese studios always do to their anime is they always, no matter like what the setting is, like they like, for example, like in Full Metal Alchemist, it's like a European setting, right? Like you could tell it's like European-ish.
It's German.
Yeah, Germanish. And then like they'll be eating like a rice ball in the mid, or they'll pull out, like at first they'll do a pretty good job. They'll be fucking drinking soup and soup and soup and soup.
Yeah.
But then they're in a train and they're talking and they pull out this Japanese dish, like this like some meat on a stick, and I'm just like, that's where like they have a cult, like every show that does that where they have like a culture identity. Yeah, like
But that's
you
the
know.
thing. I like it though. Like that shit is just something to remind you. Like, hey, this is still Japanese. Don't get it twisted. It's still.
They haven't done it in
Japanese.
Vinland.
Vinland Saga is aggressively Norwegian.
It's aggressively just eat this raw fucking meat.
Yeah.
Like
It's following this little boy Thorfinn, son of Thor's the troll. And
okay, we can't.
Yeah,
So
no.
we can't. We're not gonna spoil.
we're not
that,
gonna say anymore, but
Like,
it's
you
just
said
like
Thor. It's like fuck Thor.
Thor's
Fin. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man.
Thor's the troll, and his son Thorfinn, his daughter Ilda, and his wife. I can't remember the wife's name, but yeah. Like,
Who cares?
no, dude, the sister Ilda. I was like, she's one of my
What the fuck are they gonna get back? Like, there's whatever. I'm not
She's
gonna.
she's so good.
I feel like
When people are just piling their bullshit on her, and she's like, "Yep, okay," and they're like, "Hey, we gotta."
I just feel like everybody from the village doesn't even fucking matter at this point. It's just I don't want to say why, but you know.
Yeah, well, dude, you should watch it. It's good animation. It's got seemingly good characters. There's a point in the like third or fourth, or like no, it's like the fifth or sixth episode where a character just wakes up in a forest and is walking through the trees, and it was like, this shot doesn't even deserve to be this pretty. This is like a pointless shot.
Yeah.
This is just like a kid walking through a forest.
I want to be in that shot.
And it's like, damn, that's a pretty ass forest. It's whimsical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
You wonder what it smells like. You know?
Every time someone turns their head,
You ever look at a scene in an anime? You wonder what it smells like.
all the food scenes.
really good hair and beard animation. Every time someone turns their head, you see the full scruff shake. You see like, whoosh,
Oh yeah, those are satisfying too. So.
and a lot of sword swinging. And what's cool is there's no magic.
Why
so
would
far,
there be? There better not be. That'll defeat the whole point.
yeah.
So it's like on the realistic side.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not gonna see. I mean, you will see people getting cut in half, I guess. And I've always wondered, because it's like it's hard to cut a chicken leg in half with an axe when you like are putting it on a cutting board.
You know how heavy an axe is? You know how heavy a katana is? A katana is fucking heavy. You need to train like to carry a fucking katana.
Do you know how? Do you
know
how heavy my dad's katana is?
how heavy an axe is?
Oh man,
Pretty heavy.
I was getting that vibe like he shit, you done set him off. He's
Dude, I would cut you both in half with one. I've cut 6 men in one swing of my dad's katana.
Dude,
My dad's-
katanas are pretty like.
My dad's katana by Lexus. I've taken out so many fools with my Lexus katana.
I got Hattori
my
Hanzo
Toyota
still.
sheath.
My dad's Lexus katana with rear lighting.
No, but it's literally like you cut like you don't feel what you're cutting through.
You just
When
go.
it's like a solid like stem of like a tree or something, you really don't feel it.
Hey, that shit
When it's
is-
like a mom defending her child.
It just clean cut, it just falls.
And you're just going through the thickest, the
that
skull.
sounds satisfying.
It does. It's really, and then it stopped getting sharp.
So you
and
gotta
I
keep it
had to
sharp.
like sharpen it again.
I don't know, man. I just, anytime I see a human skull get cut in half cleanly, I'm like, that's like,
Yeah.
we've all cut meat. We've all had to like debone a chicken. It's not like I have swung an axe overhead at a piece of meat as hard as I could, and it did not just go through.
The number one thing that bugs me with like swords in anime is like they cut through like 1 million people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like realistically after 3 people, just about the sword starts getting dull and it's gonna, you know, like
I don't think you get through one. Was someone just knocking?
But nah, this shit sounds crazy though. You talking about shit? No, what were you saying about the sword animations?
Oh yeah, like swords, just like a katana realistically after like slashing like 3 to 4 bodies, like the sword is like done. Like
Oh, yeah.
you can't cut, like it's not. And that's pretty much almost every sword and every weapon is like they dull like really fast, especially when you're dealing with armor. You know, especially when you're dealing with like
But you can't just
clothing
cut
and,
through
like,
someone in armor.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but y'all gotta remember, in the anime world, these people are usually like been training for years or just
People in
endowed with
real
some
life
type
train
of
their whole
power.
lives.
I don't know, but in anime, it's like turned up a notch a little bit. Like, yeah, they've been training. Like, they can cut you with a dull sword. Like, they just need a weapon in their hand.
It would be funny to see an anime where like a guy just carried a big old spoon around, and he was just cleaving people in half. Like
Funny thing is, there probably is.
a girl with an anchor, and she's just cutting people like perfect cuts though. Like,
I would watch it.
but
Shit.
she just swings around this big fat rusty anchor.
And the cuts are always like
Watch
the most
One Piece,
precise cut.
Anchor girl,
Anchor girl.
anchor woman. She's also a newscaster.
It's just saying shit like that though make you feel like
That's
you could
really
do it in
good.
real life. Like I could so totally cut somebody's skull in half. Like
Nah, man,
Just one
cutting a
king's-
skull is so hard. It's the hardest. thing.
Apparently, like bone breaks like blades like pretty easily.
Yeah,
like
dude.
they do. Like have you-
Serial killers snap knives off in people's skulls all the time. But I don't know of any time I don't think I've ever heard of a serial killer cutting someone's like head clean off in one chop. And I've seen dozens of videos of Al Qaeda people trying to behead people.
It's a slow process, dude.
Yeah, like you know what?
that shit's horrible.
You know what? This is all malarkey.
Somebody seen
I've seen
the
like
cartel.
24 beheadings, and not one of them has happened in one chop.
Yeah.
A guy sent me like the cartel chopping this guy's limbs off. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, like
Sounds hot.
they have to like pull it off almost and still keep grind. It feels like a slow grind almost, and it's like, geez, I was expecting it to be a lot more of a smoother process, but it really is.
Well, thank God ISIS is all but done for, right, guys?
God bless America.
Papa bless.
Papa
Shit,
John's,
they're
Papa
over here
Pizza,
probably.
Papa bless.
Hiding and waiting.
And speaking of hiding and waiting, you know what's hiding and waiting for you out there? There's some good ass classic anime to be watched, dude. Some classic shit. Some stuff that you forgot about, but you didn't need to. It was always there for you.
It was always there for you.
You just forgot. But home is always, you can always come home.
And
It's a
y'all,
classic.
You can always come home. Don't you ever think that you can't.
nah, I'm
Come
like,
home to simple anime.
I just
Who
realized how
says-
deep this rabbit hole got, honestly. Cause I knew it was deep, cause I was like, shit, anime been around for a long ass time. But now just hanging out with y'all and realizing it's a lot of shit I ain't seen.
Endless, bro.
And it's,
Yeah, there's a lot of anime.
We'll probably die. Well, I'll watch it all when I like am in a retirement home. Or something.
that'll
I'll
be
watch
the
everything
that'll be the only way.
before
'cause
I die. I'll
When I'm
know
just hooked up to the tubes, I'll just be watching anime.
watch it.
Cause right now my girlfriend's annoying sometimes. I can't watch shit when she's around. She's so damn clingy. I was like, oh my god, ooh, I just want to.
What?
They're telling a
What?
good story. Like God, like
She wants to clean?
clingy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I tell my girlfriend. My girlfriend tries to make out with me during, like, the climax. Like, I've said to her, I'm like, you have never seen a story so engaging that you would pause it when you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And,
Or they'll just not pay attention at the most important part.
yeah.
That's really annoying when I'm like, it's happening. And she's like, well, what's happening? And I'm like, look at the screen. She turns to me and looks like, what's happening? And I'm like, look at the fucking screen.
No,
Look at this
No,
picture of
I
a
hate
pig.
when my girl, she's like, okay, let's watch an anime. We're just gonna randomly pick one. Okay, cool. Let's watch. We get into it. I'm like into it. I look her. I'm like, bro, you really sleep? You picked this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me watch it. Fuck it. Then she gets mad when she wakes up. So what happened? Oh, I
And
finished
you gotta
it.
tell her. Yeah.
What you did? You went to sleep. Like, bro, see, that's why I wanted to watch it by myself, bro. You could just went to sleep anyway since that was you.
Yeah, now you gotta pause that shit and explain to her what the fuck happened.
Like, bro, no.
Yeah. So last week I committed myself to watching Escaflowne, and I've done it because I ain't no punk bitch. All right, you heard it here first. Nick Simpson ain't no bitch.
Yeah, watching animes nowadays is like trying to read a book, and it's like,
Nah, it's easy, bro.
It's easy.
for me, it's not because, like I said, I just got people around me that's so annoying.
Yeah. Well,
Just lock yourself.
yeah, dude, figure it out.
I'm about to go straight
gotta
full
figure-
Japanese, just lock myself in a room.
Rent your own house.
Like,
Buy your own
that's,
shed somewhere.
Have
But,
everything I need right there. Like, okay. Got a virtual girlfriend. She won't bother me when I'm trying to watch this shit.
So I watched the first couple episodes of Escaflowne, and it's weird. It's hard to judge it because it's like it's from a different time, you know. People were playing with pogs and wearing Jinko jeans and having dragons and kanji on their t-shirts and on their button-ups when they were watching Escaflowne. It was a time of frosted tips and weak inhibitions.
Was it the Ed Hardy days?
Nah,
Yeah.
this is before that.
This is well before Ed Hardy.
Was
Yeah,
it Affliction t-shirts days?
Nah, well
I'm
before
trying to
that too.
think here. This is like Fubu era anime.
Yeah.
And it's it reminds me a lot of Inuyasha.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's about a girl. She's running track. She starts getting these visions of a different world, and then I'm at the point where she's just been sucked off into the new world. She's like,
she got sucked off.
She got sucked off into the new world, and I'm like, this is Inuyasha wholesale ripped this, but you know everyone was doing it.
Oh, is it older than Inuyasha?
Oh, definitely.
I always considered Inuyasha a classic that I probably needed to catch up on.
It's
But
probably because your boyfriend whispered that into your ear.
Wait,
before
you?
you fell asleep on it.
You mean you? You? I remember my teacher was watching Inuyasha. My fucking economics teacher. Like during lunch, he'll just be eating spaghetti.
That's how.
Teaching
That's
kids
when
how-
you knew anime
Yeah.
was a thing. Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's
and he's
taking
just fucking
over.
casually watching Inuyasha, and I'm just like,
We'll have to touch on it. Inuyasha's a great starter anime. It's a good way to dip your toes in the water, but you shouldn't respect things like that as you get older. Like Iron Reaver Soul Stealer.
what about Rurouni Kenshin?
What does that have to do with anything?
They're like kind of. I get really confused with those two.
You mix those two
I
up.
have really mixed those.
You have
two
not
up.
seen.
I seen
either.
the
If
figure
you mix
from.
No,
what's-
they're just kind of like their art styles are kind of like similar, a little bit.
I don't feel that.
When I
at all.
grew up, like watching those two, like it kind of molded into one. I don't know.
You gotta go. This is why we have this section, because you gotta go back. Because man, you gotta sort that shit out.
No, I seen.
And I
Why
wanted
is
to
it
sort
worth my
out.
time?
I wanted to sort out my feelings on Escaflowne, and I didn't remember this series opening as dour as it does. It gets really fucking sad really quickly. I was watching it and I was like, there's no way this is what used to play on Fox at like on some Saturday morning shit.
It was on
'Cause
Fox.
It goes tits up so quickly. It's like the man's whole kingdom, everyone he knew, all his best boys, everyone gets fucking shredded, just killed, taken out, and it's like, yeah, it's standard. This is all standard fare for anime now.
No.
But at the time, it's well animated. I'll say that it holds up. I just got, and the mechs are really cool.
And there's like furries in this, right?
Yeah, there's wolf people.
There's like people with ears and shit.
If you're worried if you had to take your pants off, don't worry, you got something to jerk it to.
This show's got that for you.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a cool. I can already see a love quadrangle forming.
Okay, is there nipples in this?
I wish, but
How come in a lot of anime there's no nip? They'll show the full tit, but they won't draw the nipples.
because laws make
That's
it.
really what it is. It's just like just as long as there's no nipples, like it's not naked.
After Porygon gave all those kids seizures from that episode of Pokemon, they realized they're like, guys, we can't go forward. If Operation Porygon gave us those results, Operation Nipple is gonna blow brains out. We can't.
That was a real thing. I thought that was like a scary story to tell. Kids getting seizures watching a Pokemon episode. I thought that was a creepypasta.
No, it was a real thing that happened.
Is the game thing a real thing too? Where there's like a Pokemon game out there that gave little kids seizures and shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, there was one that gave kids AIDS, but
Get the fuck out.
But that's
Shut
something
the
that they
fuck up, man.
don't teach at business school.
No, I thought it was an episode of Pokemon that caused seizures.
Yeah, it was the
like,
Porygon episode.
Okay. But I don't think was it a game.
I kind of want to watch it.
I'm telling you guys the thing, and you guys are like still speculating on it.
No, I know there's like another rumor saying there's a game out there that gave kids seizures as well.
Well, you're wrong.
Bitch.
He said AIDS.
You're wrong, and everyone's laughing at you.
No,
Everyone's
I'm
pointing
not
at your
wrong.
butthole and laughing.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. It's there.
But
I can exist too.
so the mechs in Escaflowne are really fucking cool because they try to be. They're not convenient. Like there's no screens in the world of Escaflowne, so it's like an attempt at like, what if you had to make a Gundam but with only like clockwork technology, like a steam,
Levers.
like levers and pulley.
Buttons.
And so like he's literally in like a Gundam suit, but he has to still look out of the front of it through like the metal face guard.
Oh, that
and
sucks.
Well, it's sort of like being a knight inside the helmet.
Okay, that makes sense actually. Now.
Yeah, you get these cool fighting shots
To run on
of like
fossil fuel and shit.
I don't fucking know. It runs on dragon's blood actually.
Oh.
But it's just a very interesting idea. It's like this mech that is a mech but doesn't have basically any of the high tech aspects of being a mech. It's more of just like a powered suit of magical armor.
Like this is the first form of like a mech in this world, kind of. Like,
No, these things have been around. He's not the only one with them. A lot of people have them. They're called Meliths or something. But it's a very lived-in world, and that's what I'm enjoying about it so far. There's a lot of things about the fantasy that are just there that they're
So
not.
the immersion is bringing you in.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's these wolf people. One of them's riding like a giant bison, and he rides it. Like, you find out that the mechs are called Meliths because they're just going past a guy who's like, God, I love the way my Melith smells. And it was like, nice. You inform me about that guy. You inform me about the world that I'm in. You filled in the background, and you didn't have to have a fuck ass character look at me and tell me what was up.
So
Being like, welcome to Gaia. This is our blah blah blah.
No.
But like every fucking isekai now, where it's like, welcome to Sword Art Online. It's all we have to explain this because you're retarded.
So it's
this
like-
is very much like, figure it out, bitch.
Yeah. Context clues, bitch.
Yeah, figure it the fuck out. It's a different era. It feels like a different time in anime.
Yeah, it doesn't spell it out for you, I guess.
You got to really figure this shit out. Okay.
I mean, it's not like a mystery or anything, but it's a fun little touch that
The world comes off as in a subtle way.
yeah.
Almost. It's not in your face like, oh,
When he gets in the mech,
this is what my anime is about. Like,
and when he's suiting up, when he's getting in the mech, and you just see all of the gears whirring and the metal, the straps fastening, the cogs whirring. I don't know what it is about seeing someone have like pieces of metal fly over them and then tighten down on them.
and it feels like it's
But
like
it's like I want security like that, I want to be bolted into my mech of safety, but in my heart, like
yeah,
for
you
my-
want to walk around and hear those.
I want my relationship to feel like I'm getting in a mech of love, and that I'm shielded, like my girlfriend Gundam is shielding me from her Gundanium alloy.
Gundanium.
Her Gundanium alloy is what will protect me from the slings and arrows of the outside world. Is how I want.
Sound like you've done this before, man.
I wish.
If
Sound like you're about to name all the
If I had a
specs and
mech, man, look. If I had a Gundam, especially, oh my god. Everybody who ever picked on me said something bad.
I would immediately be a villain.
Yeah, I say I'm going Xeon. Fuck it.
The government would put a stop to me.
I'm like, nah, this is Xeon, bitch. I'm gonna beat you.
Being Xeon's not evil. They got their own thing going on, but they're not like, welcome to the Xeonic front. It's time to rape children. Ah ha ha.
Is this a segue to Mobile Gundam?
Yeah, I guess I'll hit y'all with the rest of what's going on in Escaflowne when I figure it out. But I'll say is on the rewatch, it seems worth it so far. I recommend it.
I'm gonna check it out because it's got mech in it. Well,
This is a mech episode.
armor.
Mechasode.
Okay, yeah.
Straight mecha. So I'm
Yeah,
building.
bitch.
I'm
Got
building
to it
mecha
first.
when I leave here, man. Can't tell y'all the secrets though of how I do that.
So you wanted to talk about you're gonna go back to watching Ronin Warriors?
Yes, man. And we just watched that little clip earlier, and my whole childhood flashback before my eyes. I was like, you know what? I'm finna go watch this shit now. Actually, when I leave here, like, y'all don't like. Who doesn't like a show about 5 teenagers? Obviously, gain these powers of these what they wear, magical suits of samurai armor.
Each one harnessing an element.
This is like classic Power Rangers.
But it's like
It
a
just
different
looks
spin on it, and it's
Well,
like
the problem with a
super
lot of
Power
anime
Rangers.
is when you say 5 teenagers, and as you were saying that sentence, I was like, I never interpreted these guys as teens.
That's
I f-
every Power Ranger.
I felt like they
thing,
was
though.
teens. I mean,
Every
could have been kids, and I didn't
They're
feel
all
like
in
they
high
were
school,
grown
right?
men.
Homeboy had a pet tiger.
They're in their high school uniforms, transforming into their superhero uniforms.
Listen, man, everyone.
Listen, man, they're in high school. Or
In
maybe they're middle
anime,
school.
you're either 12 and you look like a 10-year-old, or you're 16 and you look like a 25-year-old.
Yeah, because everybody got big eyes and shit. Everybody looks young. Nobody got wrinkles.
Everyone looks.
Unless you're like 70.
I just want to see that Inferno armor like when it comes in again, because I've honestly forgot Ronin Warriors.
Well, Ronin Warriors came over on that Toonami slot.
That's what I learned from. I learned about it through the toys. Like a lot of the anime I watch, it started through the toys, like the merchandise. Period. Like what the
Good merch with Ronin Warriors. Very posable toys.
no, they weren't.
Quality figures. Go to Al's Toy Barn.
It was like on like these little spring things, like the little spring inner frame, and it was like
Into the mic.
oh my bad, it's like the little spring inner frame, and it's like it's horrible because I have one, so I mess with the little articulation it has, and it's like this shit is horrible.
Yeah.
Like I remember it being so much better when I was a kid. Like
Like a lot of, I hated figures that like you move one part and one shit will fall. Like the shoulder pad would fall if you move their legs a little bit.
that's
or
the
some
problem I'm having.
dog
With
shit
Kamen
like that.
Rider figure. That shit,
Yeah.
the fucking chest piece won't.
It's
in
weird
the
that
back.
there was like an entire aesthetic that basically came from the fact of like how advanced were the machines to make plastic toys, and then that would inform. Because when you see Saint Seiya or when you saw Ronin Warriors, that type of shit, it always looked like the toy was made first, and then they worked everything else backwards, and so it was like
Because they show you how to put it together in the show.
yeah,
Literally, their armor like they put some on like some music, you know.
snaps on.
Yeah,
Yeah, the marketing geniuses over there.
yeah.
Like, let's create a toy, then create a show, or we can create a show and make toys. Like, it's going either way, it's gonna work.
Like I remember there was an episode of Transformers Armada where they referenced like one of the Autobots had to like put his hand in like a small hole, and he couldn't because like there was too much like armor shit around his hand, you know?
Is it the anime one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking like that armor around his hand is like pointless. It's just like that's just how the toy's designed. But in the show, it was like he can't reach it. It was like because the toy's designed bad. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, you transform the Transformers, and they'd always have like blocks of metal like around their hands.
And the wheels are conveniently on the legs all the time.
Yeah,
shit.
and you would just always be like, this really limits like how you would live. Like this conceivably, this Transformer lives his life when he's not doing this whole Transformers thing.
He can't scratch his back. He can't. You know.
a lot of mech designs are flawed. They really are, but they, you know, movie magic make them work in the shows. It's like
Like I can't
the toy
imagine.
can barely do this, but in the
Yeah.
show he's all
Yeah.
here with his arm and shit.
Imagine
so.
trying to go to bed with like a big ass wing on your like metal mechanic wing on your fucking back, or like some door handles on your
'cause-
goddamn back.
yeah,
What
'cause
the
a lot-
fuck are you gonna sleep on? Like
Yeah, because a lot of the mechs are sentient beings, so it's like
They have feelings and they want a living wage.
What are you doing when
They
you're
just
not
shut
meching? Like, you know, you.
That was my biggest problem with the Evangelion rebuilds was that the Evas started demanding that they get screen actor credits.
Oh, so the show like foreshadows that. Because they are like in. I didn't watch Rebuild, but I remember in the show they were like, "Do Avas have feelings? They probably do, right?" And it's like they probably do, and then you never find. That's all they say. That's all. That's the only time they talk about the Avas.
You see Shinji's dad yelling at Unit 01 because she's demanding a living wage, and he's like, "You can't get on the company healthcare program."
That's crazy.
The bill hasn't passed yet.
But man, Ronin Warriors, dude. The main character, he commits one of my cardinal sins of having two swords, which is he has two swords that clamp together to form one double-sided sword.
That's not cool.
It's a scissor.
You like double-sided swords?
You talking about it's like 1-on-1?
I'm talking like a Darth Maul double-sided lightsaber sword.
That's cool to me. That's not cool.
Okay, here's the thing. Every fucking thing. Everyone thinks double-sided swords are cool, dude. Like, have you seen Avengers?
Dana, yeah.
You seen that double-sided sword?
It's badass, right?
You didn't think, where the fuck did that come from when you saw it? Like,
I thought what it was made out of. It's like, what the fuck is that thing made out of? He blocked everything that was coming out.
did you see Star Wars Phantom Menace in theaters?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you saw that double-sided lightsaber?
I thought that shit was cool as fuck. That shit.
Oh, man.
Was that the best part of the film? Was when he showed his lightsaber?
I mean, it was. But,
what was it? Wait. What was Phantom Menace like in theaters, dude?
dude,
Oh,
no.
my
This is
word.
not the time and place for this.
Please tell me, dude.
It was amazing. Especially the part when
People
they,
hated it, dude. People booed. But we'll do this.
I was a kid though, so it was different.
booed?
People booed, yeah.
At what part?
What? When they said that the midichlorians shit. Someone was like, what?
And nobody liked Jar Jar Binks.
I remember people laughing at Jar Jar, actually. But we're not talking about this hacky shit on this show.
Star Wars is bomb though. I like it, man. It get crazy. Hey, y'all read the books? I haven't read any of the books.
I read the Boba Fett novel.
I said
That's
nope.
about it.
Nope, can't do it. I seen it. I was like, nope, that's too many. Nope.
So you're a double-sided sword guy then?
I just think it looks cool. Like I
Would you take one into battle over a single-sided sword?
nah,
God,
cause that shit.
this guy.
I'm trying. That wouldn't be practical. I don't think. Like,
Okay, you got some common sense.
All right. All right.
like sure,
He
that
wanted
shit.
to yell at you so badly if you said yes.
I did. I had my gun
He was
loaded.
his hand was on the whole.
That shit's cool for like anime and like movies, but I don't think like real deal comeback.
He was ready to shoot you in the face.
When people are into double-sided swords, I like have it's like a pair of boxing gloves. I throw them a double-sided sword.
Yeah.
I throw them a double-sided sword and then I unsheath a regular sword and I'm like, defend yourself from me.
It's like that shit's cool for like one of my model kits or something.
I want to see someone beat your ass with the double edge.
Dude,
I want to see someone cut your legs, just slice your fucking legs off.
If you're a badass with a double-sided sword, you can write into bokunopodcast@gmail.com and I will meet up with you.
I will have you on the podcast.
I will allow you the chance to cut my legs off.
Are you gonna record it? You
I'm
gotta
gonna fucking put it on YouTube, bro.
Gotta record it or it didn't happen, even though your legs will be chopped out.
How'd you lose your legs, Nick? I don't want to talk about it.
What about a spinning?
I was talking shit.
What about a spinning double-edged sword?
What?
What if it could go like, just like
Oh, like they've got a robot hand?
like a General Grievous, you know? How
He's
he,
got
like,
4 robot hands.
yeah, but like, what if he just had one? What if he just had one that just?
Watch out, that guy's got 1 robot hand. Also, it's holding a double-sided lightsaber.
I'm coming for you. Like, no,
Get over here.
Would that be cool, guys? Would that be really cool? Like,
He used to talk so weird. Do you? Why you so loud, bro? Use your inside voice. Hey,
What-
they're out there.
And you know what sucks is I know it's not that I just hate impractical weapons because I love chain scythes. I love them. When I see a scythe on the end of a chain, I'm like, ooh boy, where's this going? I know, and I'm like, I know that's impractical. But when I
But
see
the dude in Baki fucked everybody up with that thing.
yeah, when I see a scythe on a chain, dude, I'm like, ooh yeah, give me that whirling swing, give me Karapika.
When I see
fighting Ubagon, I'll take it every day of the week, baby.
Yeah, when I see a scythe, period, the fucking
My dick
Kite
gets
scythe.
hard.
When Kite pulled that big ass scythe out. Did we not make it to that part?
Wait, in Kite, which one's that?
Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
That big ass scythe he had. That shit was amazing. It's just a scythe, period. Death scythe.
Oh wait, I am.
I think I'm right at the part where Kite is like talking to like going and
yeah, I think they're
in the swamp. They're in the fucking
he's
swamp.
still getting there.
Ah,
we can't
shit.
just talk about things in that arc.
I'll watch it this week. Man. Fucking
See, I hate when I actually am caught up on something I can't talk about it.
We'll have our big fat Hunter x Hunter episode.
I gotta watch Gundam, dude.
It's like,
guys
I
do
want to
gotta
tell you
watch
something.
Gundam.
I completely dropped Full Metal Alchemist for right now.
So
Like
far,
episode
we got
20.
Amuro.
Wait, what?
Amuro, smart teenager, son of a scientist, right? Son of the scientist of the Federation. Dad died, right?
Dad, no.
Took over Gundam.
I guess I gotta get in this mech.
Don't know what the hell he doing, but luckily Gundam can damn near think for itself. It just needs somebody in there. Char comes in. Char been there. Everybody hates Char. Well, Char not really somebody.
You hate Char?
He just done.
Holy shit!
I feel like Char just wants attention. He a fucking pretty boy. He a fucking pretty boy who wants attention. That's all it is. Char is always there. Like, God damn, this
get
nigga
the ice.
damn. Like, what do you want, Char?
You listen, bro.
What do you want, Shaw?
You have got to finish. You have got to finish the fight because if you think Char Aznavour is anything other than a hero for his people, you are crazy, bro.
What do you want, Char?
Man, how is he a
Nobody
hero?
likes Char.
He killed.
The red comet of the Xeon. Oh my god.
He killed.
They made a movie called Char's Counterattack because they loved it. Because they had to finish the story.
He killed innocent people. Man.
Listen, we got all right. We as a show, Mobile Suit Gundam, with the movies, with Char's Counterattack, we've only got it's 43 episodes. So what? We got like 15 hours of content. We will come back to this because, dude, Mobile Suit Gundam is one of the most. One second here.
So what were we talking about?
We were talking about Mobile Suit Gundam, man, and
y'all are
you. I don't think you understand, and you both need to crack open the history. But you're literally talking shit on. I'm not joking. Like a top 10 anime villain across every anime that's ever been made, ever.
What do you want, Shaw? Damn it, man! You need to.
It is so fun. No one wants you, Char. My brother would fist fight you over you saying that. He'd be like, "You're trash talking, Char." No, bro. Not after what happened to Lala. Not after Amara. No, like.
Oh man, this shit
putting dirt on his boy there.
You just called that's like saying.
Does he have a mask on?
Yeah,
he's the reason that any anime villain has a mask. Char Aznavour's the reason any of them wear those masks.
Is his uniform like kind of red?
Yeah,
shit.
Zex Marquis.
I seen that motherfucker.
Yeah.
When I played the game, I was like, what does he want?
You talking about Dynasty Warrior Gundam or something?
I played the games. I remember his face would pop up on the screen. I'll be like, "What the fuck is this dude at?"
That's Char. Char is always there, no matter where you go.
Always sending reinforcements out. Just
He's always he's a dick,
His face
man.
means boss battle or another wave is coming. Like that's what it means.
He saw his sister though and was like, oh, that's my sister.
I can't believe my boy's being done like this.
Why do you send these folks to these people? They're not bothering nobody. You send your fucking what they were.
You've got to get the whole story, man. I can't spoil this for you.
Wait, you haven't watched the whole thing?
I'm up to episode 7. Re-entry into Earth.
It's 43 episodes and then a movie, and you gotta watch the movie
I know.
First?
No, you gotta finish the series, and then you've gotta watch.
It's a
shows
grind
now.
too because Mobile Suit Gundam is real deal granddaddy. Not granddaddy, but probably your dad probably watched this when he was a kid.
It's slow. The animation is stilted. They literally couldn't conceive of things above 12 frames per second.
I mean, back then there was like specks popping up on the screen all the time, right?
yeah, it was drawn in ultra color. You
Yeah,
know,
it's like-
There's just dots fucking coming in and out everywhere. Almost.
brought to you in Maxivision.
Yeah. It's like 80s synth like studio sounds. at the
even
beginning of everything.
even the action is real generic. Like it's like
It's like watching an old. It's like watching 70s Spider-Man or something.
but it's still good.
Like
though.
there's
It's
it's like there's a scene or something where a guy shoots a laser gun, and he's just like, "Oh, the gun shoots a laser," and they're like, "Yeah, no bullets," and he's like, "What? Oh,
like, mind just completely blown. Like,
we've got to get back to white base."
but you know my favorite line for any Gundam show period is like when the protagonist first time flying in the mobile suit and he does something cool and he's like, so this is Gundam. It's like, every time it's like there it is.
This
He
is
said
brain
it.
coffee.
He said it. Like, fuck, yeah, this is Gundam.
There was a moment like that in UC Gundam.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, unicorn. And I was just like, okay.
So this is Gundam. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
in
they say
Gundam Wing.
the title of the show. Like, it's that scene.
In Gundam Wing first episode, when Hero shoots the Buster rifle and destroys 3 Leos in the upper atmosphere, someone's like, so this is the power. Shar Aznavour, or Zex Marquise is like, so this is the power of a Gundam.
That's Gundam for you.
That's that Gundam power.
But
And
it's
then
like,
it's like to be continued.
That's Gundam.
but
It
it's
always
crazy.
happens
How,
at the end of an episode, too.
it's crazy how that shit is like real big in Japan. They're like, yeah,
Oh, it's fucking insane, dude.
they don't fuck off about that
It's
shit. You might get your
insane.
ass whooped. You disrespect Gundam.
They have a
over
giant
there.
Gundam statue.
Yeah, you
in the
get your
city.
ass.
Yeah,
whooped.
they have-
You said what about Gundam? Oh, yeah.
They literally have a giant, like...
Hold my
neck-
baby.
They-
Hold my purse.
We have a Statue of Liberty, and we also have a Gundam sitting next to it for some reason.
And that's cool as fuck. Man.
No. It's like our life-size Gundam just sitting out.
Fuck. How my pocket?
I don't know how we keep the bitch clean, but
Spray it with water.
I bet you there's some dumb motherfuckers that think that shit's real.
Dumb.
I wish it was. Man.
I bet there's some dumb motherfuckers who think it's fake.
I know y'all government working on some Gundam plans, secret Gundam plans.
Yeah, we've been building real Gundams this whole time.
You know they probably got something in where it's probably real.
The show is just a front to make you think like it's just a show.
I wouldn't even be mad. I asked, can I join your military police?
The blueprints for it are hidden.
Can I join another country's military?
I don't like this one. I don't like America. Do you see where I'm at? They'll be like, you know what, you can come. I was like, I know, man. You see where I'm at? Man, we got Trump.
You got to make an American Gundam, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, no,
Transformers.
not Gundam Maxter. No, that was like that's how,
The cowboy, his little fucking boxing gloves
like,
and his
that's
6
what they
shooters.
think of us over there. Oh god, this is horrible.
Shibadia Crockett.
Like here, let me. What do you used to do? Takes a little chest armor off. So you
Yeah.
can, like, be shirtless. I guess.
I can't
Oh,
believe
man.
it. Dude, we got to have we're going to have a comprehensive rewatch of G Gundam because that is the one. That is the one, man. That is the wackiest. That is the ugly. That is the redheaded stepchild of the Gundam
That's
lineage.
my favorite Gundam.
The redheaded stepchild.
Nah, dude, it is not even. If every other Gundam is like, oh, are you like a paper or plastic kind of guy? G Gundam is bowling pins. It's fucking. It's so different. It is so unlike.
Is it like the edgy Gundam? Is it like the obscure?
It has more in common with Ronin Warriors than it has with Gundam.
It's literally it. I dare say it's damn near the same shit almost in a certain.
Ooh, like you get to the Shuffle Alliance, dude. You get to the Shuffle Alliance, and it's like, what the fuck am I? Everyone's turning gold. People boot like you see people power up and have their hair turn gold in G Gundam, dude. Like you see.
I like it because that reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. I was a very dumb kid back then.
No, G Gundam's tops, but Gundam is everything, man. But we can't just talk about Gundam.
I was always fascinated with that shit, though, even though I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, because you don't even have to be like a fan of the anime. Like I said, the merchandise is a motherfucking.
Gundam's done a
The
tremendous.
merchandise will put you onto
shit.
the anime.
You know, I used to have a Gundam flip book when I was a kid where they showed like all the Gundam, like every model, you know, of every fucking series. Is this the one where there's like slinky looking motherfuckers and shit?
Yeah.
Just like the wackiest, crazy looking.
Sombrero Gundam.
Dude, this is very nostalgic.
What,
There's
what's
a Gundam
that?
that looks like a bull, Matador Gundam.
Yeah, that's what is it? Neo Spain. Gundam. Oh man,
You know, I think this was like
Boat Gundam made sense.
Rose
Like,
Gundam
that's
has to
Neo
save.
Spain.
Oh, Zunzu Pepe, I must save the Eiffel Tower from being destroyed. That's literally what happens.
That scene gave me anxiety when I was a kid. I was like, "Oh shit, this tower's gonna fall! Man. Go save it."
I used to fucking quote Domo in costume. My brother and I would be fighting. And he'd go, "This hand of mine burns with an awesome power." And it's like, oh shit, and he's about to hit me. He's about to hit me so hard.
Master Asia! Like, shit, he's screaming. Fucking Devil Gundam. That was like the best arc though when they finally got to fight Devil Gundam.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to it, but I do want to talk about the series that we finished because we're going to put this one to rest. This is actually it's what everyone's been waiting for, I assume, if they're listening to this episode, because we're going to talk about our review of Inuyashiki, The Last Hero.
And see, I haven't seen this from what you told me. I definitely need to watch it.
it's so good.
You haven't seen any of it.
It's a quick watch too. It's only 12 episodes.
And it sounds like it's God tier anime too. Like you gonna
I'd
let
say
it.
it's God tier. No, okay. Let's set the table. Inuyashiki is made by the man who made Gantz. If you're familiar with Gantz at all,
The virtual reality game.
Not really, but
what version of Gantz did you?
You already know the fucking Netflix version. The
It's
CGI
good, right?
version. Yeah.
The Netflix version of Gantz is like it's like seeing Shrek 3, but not seeing Shrek 1 or 2.
Once again.
That's horrible. That is
See,
horrible.
Netflix just be telling half the
Don't
story
make me
with,
cry.
with these animes, man.
That is so insulting.
Tell Netflix to stop doing that. Tell them to put
No,
a whole
I mean,
collection.
Listen, if you watched it and you enjoyed it, get it in while you can. But Gantz, the manga, it's about these people. I interpreted it as a kid about these people going to hell and ostensibly having, or maybe not hell, but purgatory. But when you go to purgatory, you have to then play a weird game to decide if you're going to heaven or hell. The point is, Inuyashiki is made by that guy, and so you know it's made by a fucking weirdo. Because Gantz is, if nothing else, bizarre as shit. It is top to bottom weird.
I mean, Inuyashiki is still an interesting fucking. It's not as weird. It's definitely not
What?
as weird as Gantz. It's not as weird as Gantz.
I guess the plot of it is more standard, but the execution of Inuyashiki is
Nothing
very
about Gantz is relatable.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Inuyashiki is like that's supposed to it's supposed to reach out to your,
Yeah, the best moments of Inuyashiki are the slice of life moments.
Yeah, it's supposed to make you feel like, oh yeah, I felt yeah.
So, spoilers ahead for Inuyashiki. He, it's about a 58-year-old man who finally lands it. He finally like nails what he sees as his big break. He's finally bought a house for his family. And he's like, fuck yeah, I did it. I'm 58. I'm a homeowner in Japan. I got my family a house. He takes them there, and his family's like, this house is kind of... I mean, the house next door is way nicer than our
Well, it's a
house.
big-ass condo. It's like a big-ass condominium. And it's like covering their house. Like, it's literally like, there's no... It's a claustrophobic... Imagine putting like a little cute house like this next to... In between two big-ass...
Two
like,
mansions.
just, you know,
like some shit on
apartment complex.
it was like the
They
smallest
noticeably have the smallest house on the block. And his dad, and then Inuyashiki's like, hey kids, here's the house. No, yeah, this house is pretty, I mean, it's fucking small ass house. And he's like, look, here's your room. You guys don't have to share a room anymore. You have your own rooms. And his kids, like, they don't even look away from their phones.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
No.
And so
That's
he's
crazy.
just wondering to himself, he's like, man, I just want the family to notice, not even me, but I just want to feel like they're noticing anything.
No.
And he goes to his doctor. His doctor's like, you've got stomach cancer, homie. And he's like, fuck. How long do I have? Like a year, 2 years? And his
like
doctor's
3
like
weeks.
2 or 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Basically, you have no time.
Yeah.
You're dying now.
And he calls his kids, calls his son, calls his daughter, calls his mom, or calls his wife. That none of them answer.
And he's
like,
like,
because they all look at their phones and they see their, you know, he wants to tell them like, you know, that, oh, I have cancer or whatever, but they look at their phones and they're just like, oh, it's my fucking dumbass old dad.
No.
and he has the thought so many of us have, where he's like, I'm not gonna call these niggas twice.
Yeah.
I'm the one with cancer. I'm the one that needs someone right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call these people twice. I'm not gonna hit this nigga up twice. I'm not gonna text my wife twice to tell her like, hey, can you call me, please? Like, you know? He's like,
He just takes it.
he's just like, fuck it. He goes, he gets a dog, and he's like, you'll give a shit.
He finds a dog.
He finds a dog roaming around, Hanako,
Yeah.
and
Just finds this adorable, just the most adorable looking dog. He's like,
and he's like, you'll give a shit. You'll miss me when I'm gone.
Yeah.
And so he's
Finds a perfectly fine Shiba Inu just sitting in the box, just in the middle of the street one day.
no receipt.
Yeah,
Just
no explanation. Just he finds a dog.
So he walks. He brings the dog home, and his family's like,
He's like,
"You brought a fucking dog home?
are you gonna get a dog house? And he's like,
The dog's
oh,
gonna
no.
piss in the house, and then the house is gonna smell like a piss house." And
No,
then
yeah, they're like, it's gonna smell like a dog house, and like,
"Thanks for the tiny piss house, Dad."
yeah, they just like shit on him. He's just like, they're like, where are you gonna take? Is he gonna be an outside dog? And he's like, no, it's gonna be an inside dog. And they're like, no, we don't want him inside the fucking house. So he's like, fine, I'll raise him in my room. Like he's like, fine, like he's like,
You got an
Now,
asshole
if
of a
you
family,
if you
man.
had to notice an element that's missing from these people's lives, what would you say it is?
Love.
Yeah, but it's a little
Like
bit more
excitement.
specific than that.
gratitude.
He just wants a little bit of appreciation. And that's what this fucking anime is all about. So he's like, no one here appreciates me. No one here appreciates seemingly anything.
Except for the dog.
Except Hanako.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to take you for a walk because my family's giving me shit. And I literally haven't even told them I have cancer. Like, I haven't even dropped this bomb because I love them. He thinks this himself. He's like, I love them too much to make them depressed. I'm just going to die.
Shit, they sound like they wouldn't care anyway. Like,
He feels that way. He's like, I'm just going to die. And if they ask why, they're, you know, but.
Yeah, it won't matter.
And so
That's sad.
he's walking
God
in the
damn.
park. And he sees a 16-year-old there. This guy, we'll find out his name is Shishigami. And then this is where, like, the story beat happens. Where aliens are time traveling, flying through our dimension. Like, fifth dimensional time traveling aliens from the future. Just fucking crash into this guy. Kill him. Turn him into a puddle.
Are they like grays or anything?
Never even get to see these.
Yeah, they're
aliens.
kind of like just matter. It's just like a gray screen, and you just hear voices and subtitles. And that's it.
This is a big helping of plot device. All right, these aliens. Don't spend too much time thinking about them.
Yeah, they're in a hurry.
Because they're in a hurry to get somewhere, and they just hit these people by accident.
So they're like, we need to fix this. They're like, what parts do we have? And they're like, we only have parts from scrap weapons. And they're like, fuck it, just rebuild these people.
They're talking about it like they're going to get caught. Like, it's like someone, like, they're going to get in trouble for killing these two guys.
Yeah, and they're like, whatever. Like, just build these people, and we'll pretend like this never happened. So they just fly away. And he just wakes up, and all this weird shit starts happening with his arm.
It's like an interstellar hit and run, basically, though. I was like, fuck, what happened? I don't know.
Yeah.
We killed two guys. Reassemble them. Let's get out of here.
That'd be some shit. You get hit by an alien spaceship. Like, what the fuck? Like,
And so, from there, it's about, you get to see, this is where the fork in the story happens. You see a 16-year-old man, or you see a 16-year-old boy and a 58-year-old man, and they both are blessed, Papa blessed, with basically infinite power. Like Inuyashiki could probably comfortably take out a nuclear missile.
Yeah.
Like, no weapons can hurt him, and
Bulletproof, cancer-free.
And you get to see what feels like a very realistic interpretation of what would happen with these two people. He starts to panic. He starts to, like, get worried about if he's human. Yeah. Like, he starts to the existential crisis you would assume you would have. He has it immediately, within seconds. He's like, fuck, am I a human anymore? Shit. And then
because his arm opens up, and there's like just all this Imagine
his head opens.
Remember that
up.
Sprite commercial with Drake?
Yeah.
Where, like, it's like one man hero, and then his, like, face comes apart, and there's like speakers in his fucking head and shit. It was like that, where like there's a laser coming out of his fucking arm.
I mean, that probably would.
He looks like the gigolo in AI.
Yeah. And it's cute because you see this old fucking man, like, freaking out, like, oh, with his arm is all, it's like a fucking gun, His arm turns into literally a gun out of nowhere. There's steam coming out of his arm and shit.
Yeah, just like freaking the fuck out over. What's nice is you don't get like a stupider anime would have spent 10 episodes dealing with the am I human or am I a machine question. Inuyashiki gets that fucking thing out of the way in like an episode and a half. Point, yeah. Where he's like, I don't think I'm human. I definitely am not. But if I'm going to try
Whether I am or not, I'm going to help as many people as possible.
He's like, he's like, my morality is the only part of my humanity that's left. So I guess I got to flex on that. And so I guess I'm going to help people.
And shit get wild.
You cannot guess where this anime goes.
Yeah, that's about as far as we can tell.
I will say you can guess how this anime ends, but you will not guess the middle.
So the little boy and him gonna like team up and like
episode 1 and episode 12 are kind of predictable, but episodes 2 through 11 are just you see Inuyashiki get into a like you see the funniest fight scenes I've like ever seen in an anime. Some of them, and it's all sound design stuff.
It's a funny show. And it's and it hits hard too. Like, it's a really emotional. It has some really funny parts, really emotional parts.
Shit, from what y'all told me, that shit sounds like it's gonna be emotional. Like, god damn, y'all don't fuck with this man at all. Like,
there are 2 moments in this show, and maybe this show is definitely not. This show is if you have had people like die in your life, or if you have a family member with like cancer or something. This show is like fucking laser targeted at your heartstrings. Like, this show attacks the idea that you aren't appreciating life enough in like a really aggressive way. It really makes you think, because I don't know, I could see myself being the dickhead that is the younger guy when he gets the powers. I could see myself doing a lot of not everything he does. But I can see myself doing a lot of what he does.
Okay, we
that damn bottle. The fucking bottle gonna keep dropping.
That's a sign, dude. I can't. We can't say anything that guy does. Like,
Well, you see, all right. Listen, you get to see both of them interpret flying for the first time. You get to see both of them fly, and you get to see two different levels of appreciation, and that's what the whole anime is about. It's about loving life. It's about loving the people around
the
you.
perspective of just age in general, too.
Appreciation. All right.
Yeah, dude. It's if you've ever felt like, man, these fuckers just don't appreciate this shit. It is an anime for people that are enraged about that. That you just wish people could realize that your life is short and it will be filled with regrets. And so don't make the lives of the people around you any harder. Because it's all bad and it's all hard already.
Yeah.
Yeah, quit bitching.
That's something you get. That's like philosophy, right? Life philosophy.
Yeah, like, you know, what's funny is it's got a main character that I empathize with, because most of the time, like, I want my main characters to just suffer. Like, I want them to get their arms ripped off by demons.
Tired of seeing that shit.
I
man.
want them to get their spine pulled out. I want my main characters to have their loved ones taken from them in front of them. You know, as you do. We just watched the first episode of Demon Slayer. We're not immune to this. We love seeing...
Like what you're supposed to see in an anime. Like,
and this was one of the first times... And I'm older now. You know, I'm not the young edgelord I once was. But this was one of the first times that I started to see a character, like, dying on screen. And I was like, no, like, it can't go down like this.
I mean, it's
I was like, my boy deserves better than this.
Yeah.
He deserves to not deal with this on top of everything that he's done, that he's dealing with. I wanted him to get... I was screaming at the screen that I was like, he deserves happiness for once. For one fucking time, I do not want to live in a world where he gets denied this.
Yeah.
I was pissed off. I was like about to throw a chair through my screen because I wanted him, a fictional person. I just wanted him to be happy for once in this one instance. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I was rooting for the motherfucker. I was like, I was truly rooting for.
I was like, no!
Yeah. You can get there in time.
He's got to do this!
Yeah. It's like that Interstellar scene where it's like you don't know what the fuck is happening, but you want you go.
I was screaming. I opened my window and I was like, "This can't happen like this.
It won't.
This world can't this can't happen like this."
I don't know. I can't be screaming when I watch shit.
Oh, dude, it had me amped. It had me so fucking pumped that I couldn't even deny it. I was like, I
was
genuinely
pulling my hair, dude. I was like,
I thought I was immune to shit like that.
Damn, so now how I'm gonna balance all this shit out? Cause it's so much shit y'all done told me I'm finna go.
it's a quick
Dude,
watch.
it is super unique. Once again,
Amazon
it's like
Prime.
you're gonna get 8 episodes where you will not be able to tell where things are going. But it is I think the manga runs on a bit longer in the story.
Yeah.
Explains a bit, because when you get to episode 12, you're like, this feels like a wrap it up kind of ending. This felt like someone in the studio was like, all right guys, let's
It's the budget.
let's be real. This is not gonna get to 26, all right? So let's like fucking clear it up.
There is no 20.
Someone was like, season 2, and they were like, ah, no. Idiot.
Yeah.
And so you do get to the end and you're like, well, that felt like they had to end that. They could have given another season, but I got what they were. I got the message.
I'm good. It doesn't need to be milked.
I hugged my mom.
And it's called Inuyashiki.
Inuyashiki,
Yeah.
the last hero, and
Inuyashiki. Okay. had to put that up.
high highs and low lows, bro.
Shit.
The lows aren't bad, but the lows are.
I mean, I can relate already though. I had my times where I felt like people ain't appreciate me, man. Like,
Then you'll like it. You'll relate to this.
It's very mature. It's funny to see. It's funny to see an anime that's mature enough to have good and bad things happening in it for no reason. because the world often doesn't have reasons for why anything happens.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of times you're like, oh, why? You get in Full Metal Alchemist, and anytime someone's like, why did this happen? Why did my brother get killed? Why is my mom dead? Why did you burn this village to the ground? It's always like, I had to do this because it was part of a ritual, or I needed your mother for the Philosopher's Stone, or you were caught up in the military excursion of the Empire, and your people. There's always a reason. In Inuyashiki, there's tons of shit where it's just like, what, like, as a made up example, but it's just like, you'll just see someone and it's like, why do you have a limp? And it's like, oh, I got hit by a car when I was like 13. And you're just like, oh. And they're just like, yeah. And it's like, that's all you'll get about that. Like, you meet people where it's just like, yeah, you know?
It's kind of like, it get that real life vibe, I guess. Because a lot of times you don't never catch a person's full story. If you meet them, they'll tell you some shit and you be like, all right, and shit, go on about your day. Like, that shit happened. You
see some bad stuff happen in Inuyashiki, and when you're like, why is this happening? The show very confidently looks at you and says, no reason. and you're like, fuck, life be like that, though.
Life really be like that sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
So that's real.
It is kind of a real societal thing that we're dealing with. Come on, I got PTSD over here.
Yeah,
come on, man. That was a really traumatizing moment.
There's just a lot of stuff that happens, and you're like, why is this happening? It's like, because people just do shit. A lot of the time,
shit happens.
People are just doing shit. Shit happens.
Yeah.
People are just, I don't know, man, but it works like this sometimes. And it feels mature when you realize that it's like, this is made by a guy.
Butterfingers. Like, it's just, like,
yeah, it's like, dude, someone has slipped and fallen off a ladder today and just snapped their neck. Mm-hmm. And there's no conspiracy. It wasn't like a ninja pushed them off the ladder. It's like, no, people just
happened.
Shit. Yeah, dude, it could happen to you tomorrow. And it's like, damn.
Yeah.
So love your life, hug your kids, text your mom, get a dog.
And honestly, out of everything we talked about, that one sounds the most interesting, honestly.
And you haven't even fucking watched it. I mean, it's definitely worth a watch. It's quick, too.
3.5 hours of your time, and it's a hard recommend for me. Because, and it gets better as you get older. Like, if I met, like, a 50-something-year-old person and they were like, I've never watched anime before, I'd be like, this needs to be your first. I genuinely think that the more bitter you are towards the world around you and the more tragedy you've had in your life, the better of a show it is.
Shit, that's my mom. Shit, she might like it. Shit. Like, hey, lady, come here.
Yeah. It's a cute little story. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, damn.
Yep. It's that good.
I'm going to watch it.
It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's not.
It's subtle.
Yeah. It never feels like it's wasting your time. And it's not. It's 3D animation, but it's well made.
And it did turn me off when I saw 3D, but it totally makes up for it.
It makes the 3D. I don't know. The first time you see those character models,
not all, yeah.
You see some character models get into a fight where it's just like it leverages how shitty 3D looks totally in its favor, because you see a fight that looks so dog shit that it's like they had to have known that they were doing this. Like, the people while they're fighting.
I mean, it never gets like Colossal Titan bad. Like, it's not that bad.
I just just these terrible 3D models swinging at each other, and it's so ugly that
but it's supposed to be ugly.
Exactly. It
was meant to be.
It feels like watching a bunch of untrained people fight.
Yeah, he's old.
It's so fucking good, though.
I don't know if that might turn me off or not. I might be watching like, what the fuck?
Have you seen Ajin? That's a Netflix one. Ajin Demi-Humans.
I
was gonna say it's similar animation to that. It might even be the same studio. It's very similar to that.
I mean, you shouldn't have a problem with it if you like Gantz, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna watch it,
dude. The best thing is
it's gotta be good, right? Shit.
The best thing is that because it's made by the guy who made Gantz, they're always like, dude, have you seen the new season of Gantz? Like,
It's literally
have you read the new Gantz?
Gantz
manga?
posters in this kid's room and shit.
There's a girl and she's like, I really like you, Shishigami. I've always thought you were really cute. And he's like, we're talking about Gantz, bitch.
No, he's like, thanks. Walks away. Just walks away.
There is a girl's like, I've been thinking about you since in ninth grade. You handed me a pencil in math class, and I was like, I'm gonna ask that boy out one day. And he's like, thanks, and he just walks away.
He's like, thanks. Literally,
Thanks.
he just walks away with a smile.
I thought we were talking about my feelings towards you. No, we're talking about anime.
Shit, that's how it is in real life sometimes.
You know, I'm gonna be that bland outside of life now.
No, we're talking about anime. I'm sorry. No, I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care about your good mornings, your hello. Did you see Gantz?
Have you seen Gantz? Or I'm gonna shoot you, girl. Girl, I will kill you if you have not seen Gantz.
You know that meme where like the guy's like, oh, when a girl like is about to take her clothes off and it shows like Reggie from Nintendo going, well, that's all the time I have. I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing on Nintendo DS. He's like, see you later, and it's like,
Dude,
it's like that kind of.
I want a girl who, when she takes her top off, it just cuts into the JoJo's ending. Like, Roundabout starts playing.
There's memes like that where it's like, I seen like King of the Hill JoJo Adventure like mashups.
Dude, the JoJo's memes, when I finish Diamond Doesn't Break, well, we're going to talk about that and Golden Win on the show, but JoJo memes are top memes. They're not even comparable. Like, JoJo's blowing every other anime out of the water.
What is that? What is that famous JoJo pose that they do in Japan? We
can't see it on the mic.
What is? I'm asking you. What the fuck is it? Because you've seen the fucking. I don't know the little the pose, the JoJo.
Oh, it's that Nen's most powerful at your fingertips pose.
I think so.
Where they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking. It's a nice.
Apparently, that's like a national treasure over in Japan. That JoJo had been.
Really?
Everybody
National
knows that
treasure.
pose. No matter what age you are, like everybody knows that.
Oh man.
Well, this has been a fun talk. Got an hour and 52. Man. So, damn, dude, Inuyashiki. Fucking hidden gem.
I should probably watch that soon as I get home.
I have not heard anyone talking about it.
It's pretty low key.
Yeah. It's on that Amazon Instant.
Oh shit! So now I'm a hipster now if I watch it. Okay.
You can get it.
I know one guy reading it in a like he's like I read it in a manga and I was like, oh wow.
I feel like the leader of the new school right now, man. Like
Yeah.
I just tapped in something exclusive.
Nah, but you know Gundam, so it's like.
But
got it.
Inuyashiki is a hot exclusive. Until we.
What was
figure
the
out-
other one? What was the other one on the list?
What do you mean?
The other show that we found. Oh, Baki. We already talked about Baki though. Right?
Yeah, but y'all guys, you guys have only finished current Baki. You gotta go. You gotta
I've
break
seen
open
the
the
old
archive.
Baki. I'm not gonna do that.
It's not bad.
I'm gonna.
It's not bad.
And then there's the
Baki
Baki movie. which
It's
is-
just don't expect the same thing as what it is in season 3.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
I might
It's
prefer
totally different.
season 2.
Do
to
people still get
season
their ass
3.
whooped? That's all I
What?
care about.
The artwork just doesn't compare. Like the animation just doesn't fucking compare.
When Baki's fighting that guy who can control his adrenaline levels.
Gaia, the guy that he like throws sand at you whenever he can. He like throws sand in the air and he disappears because he has camo pants on. Yeah, that's his thing. Remember in the fight, he just starts throwing sand up in the air.
Yeah, but
What kind of fucking sand is that? Like, I never threw sand in the air where like it
Like,
just created a 9/11. Like,
finally
fog
grounded up sand.
Yeah,
I guess.
like-
I don't know.
I wish sand was like that. Like,
starts hitting him with fingernails. I'm gonna hit you with my fingernails.
He was hitting with everything, just throwing shit at him.
But you got to see the Baki movie with the cord cutter. It's a big deal. That was the thing that got me on Baki, man.
Oh man, don't tell me. I'm just go home
Well,
and just really just all right. Don't bother me, nobody.
Just get rid of your life.
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, V, free up my schedule. He's like, no, I can't do that. Like, just give me like another day. One more off day.
well, this has been an episode of Boku no Podcast.
That does it.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. Next time we talking about fucking merchandise, I guess. That's my expertise. Anything anime and merchandise, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, your Gunplas?
Everything.
Oh, we'll break into it. We might have to break the Gundam.
I used to be a figure boy.
I'm not lying when I
Bring
say
it
we could break the mech talk almost into a separate show. Cause
I used to be upset. I used to watch reviews for figures and shit.
I still do.
Like how did the swivels work on that figure?
Articulation is
Yeah.
excellent on this guy. Like, I'm like a car salesman when it comes to this shit. Slap the top of the box like this bad boy.
There's
here.
terms, dude. There's terms. Like I went to this guy at this comic book shop in Queens, and I was like, I got another Spawn figure that you guys might be interested in. He's like, is it loose? He's like, is it? I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, is it out of the box? Is it loose? And I'm just like, oh, well, yeah. And he's like, might not be worth something, but you could bring him in and see what we could see what we could give you for it. And I'm just like, yeah.
yeah.
Culture with that shit. There's grease. There's oils and brushes.
And don't even get started on Gunpla. Just the culture around that. It's like it's probably deeper than the anime and manga. It's like fuck. Like,
No, there's a lot that goes into those
Like
figures.
come down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like, do you even know how to panel line? Do you panel line, bro? No, panel line. Stop lying. It's a panel line.
all right. We'll catch you guys next week.